Dear students, in this video class, we are going to see about lifespan, parthenogenesis, classification of animals based on the development of embryo, plus 2, chapter 1, reproduction in organisms. All reproducing organisms on earth has a lifespan. The period from birth to the natural death of the organism is called as lifespan. The three main phases in the lifespan of the organisms are juvenile phase, reproductive phase, and senescent phase. What is juvenile phase? It is the first phase in the lifespan of an organism. As growth occurs in this phase, it is also called as growth phase or vegetative phase. It is the period of growth from birth to the reproductive maturity of the individual. Juvenile phase is followed by reproductive phase. During this phase, the organisms begins to give birth to young ones. As the organism reaches the reproductive maturity, this phase is also called as maturity phase. Reproductive phase is followed by aging. The final stage or the terminal stage of aging is called as senescence. During this stage, there is progressive deterioration, that is, step-by-step damage occur in the structure and functioning of the body of the organisms. One example for progressive deterioration due to aging in human beings is the Alzheimer's disease. This disease causes step-by-step loss of memory and affects the thinking capacity of the individual and finally leads to the death of the individual. Next, we are going to see about parthenogenesis. Parthenos means virgin. Genesis means produced. If the egg develops into a complete individual without fertilization, it is called as parthenogenesis. It was first discovered by Charles Bonnet in 1945. Parthenogenesis is mainly classified into two types: natural parthenogenesis and artificial parthenogenesis. Now, based on the sex develops from the unfertilized egg, natural parthenogenesis is again classified into three types. They are Arenotoky, Teletoky, and Amphitoky. In Arenotoky parthenogenesis, only males will develop from the unfertilized eggs. This you can see in honeybee colony. In honeybee colony, the males or drones are produced from the unfertilized eggs. In Teletoky, only females are produced from the unfertilized eggs. This you can see in Solenobia. In Amphitoky parthenogenesis, both the sexes will develop from the unfertilized eggs. This you can see in Aphis. Based on the type of reproduction, natural parthenogenesis is classified into two types: complete parthenogenesis and incomplete parthenogenesis. What is complete parthenogenesis? If the organism reproduces only by parthenogenesis, that is purely by parthenogenesis, it is called as complete parthenogenesis. Here, there is no sexual reproduction, hence no male organisms, they are only females. This type of parthenogenesis you can see in insects like aphids. If the organism reproduces both by sexual reproduction and parthenogenesis, it is called as incomplete parthenogenesis. This you can see in insects like honeybees, wasps, etc. In honeybee colonies, males or drones are produced from the unfertilized eggs by parthenogenesis and females are produced from the fertilized egg by sexual reproduction. If the larvae give rise to new generation of larvae, that is called as pedogenetic parthenogenesis. If we take the life cycle of liver fluke, it consists of various larval stages, namely Cercaria, Miracidia, Sporocyst, and Redia larva. In this, pedogenetic parthenogenesis is seen in Sporocyst and Redia larval stages. Pedogenetic parthenogenesis also seen in the larva of insects such as gallfly. Artificial parthenogenesis. In this, unfertilized eggs are induced either by giving physical or chemical stimuli. Now, the induced eggs develops into a complete individual. This was successfully carried out in eggs of earthworms and sea urchins. Now we can move to next topic, classification of animals based on the development of embryo. Based on the development of embryo, that is, whether the embryo develops from the eggs inside or outside the parent body, they are classified into three types: oviparous animals, viviparous animals, and ovoviviparous animals. In oviparity, the parent lays eggs outside and incubate the eggs. During incubation, the embryo develops inside the egg and catches out into young ones after the period of incubation. Here, there is no placental connection between the mother and the embryo. Then, how do the embryo obtain food during incubation? The embryo obtains nourishment from the yolk that is present inside the egg during incubation. Oviparity is seen in insects, fishes, amphibians, reptiles, and in birds. In viviparity, the parents give birth to live young ones. Here, there is no yolk, but there is placental connection. The embryo obtains food from the uterus through the placenta. All mammals are viviparous in nature. In ovoviviparity, parents will not lay eggs outside and the eggs remains inside the parent body. Now the embryo develops inside the egg and remains there till it catches out. Here, there is no placental connection and the embryo obtains nourishment from the yolk that is present inside the egg. Ovoviviparity is seen in shark, snakes, etc. In this video class, we have discussed about what is lifespan, the various phases of lifespan, what is parthenogenesis, the various types of parthenogenesis, and the classification of animals based on the development of embryo such as oviparity, viviparity, and ovoviviparity. Meet you in the next video class with a new chapter.